I got sick for the first time in 4 years, and I can't believe how quickly my body recovered. It was kind of insane how fast my body recovered, but I feel my body properly kind of out all the time. I'm constantly eating living foods, I'm constantly eating fruits, so I was able to kind of bounce back. But there were some key things that I did that I really feel like if I wouldn't have done, I would not have healed this fast. So I really want to share with you guys, because I know a lot of people get sick. People come to me all the time, they're like, Kelly, I'm sick and I'm feeling bad, what do I do? And I give this advice to people, but I've actually never had to do it myself, well, for 4 years or so. So now I can actually say I've done it myself, it works, it really works, and if next time you're sick, try these things. I think the number one thing that I did that really helped was fasting. I fasted at the very beginning, as soon as I kind of felt it coming on, I stopped eating. It was very easy to do this because my body did it for me. My body actually is pretty smart. It kind of knows when it's not feeling very good, when it knows it needs that rest for digestion. So it went in and it was like, stop, you're not eating. And so I fasted probably about almost 19 hours or so. It really helped. Through that time that I was fasting, I went through a fever cycle. It lasted about maybe an hour, kind of in and out of it. I didn't take a single over-the-counter medication. I didn't take any Advil, nothing to lower my fever, because that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted my body to go through the cycle. I wanted it to regenerate and heal. So it was not very comfortable, but I sat there and I let it do its thing. And it was funny because I wasn't hungry. I really wasn't hungry. Another thing I did was citrus juice. So when I was done fasting and I was like, I really want some nutrition, I juiced some oranges, fresh pressed oranges, and I drank them right away. I juiced some grapefruits. I drank this daily. I drank about 24 to 32 ounces of citrus juice, and I drank this constantly until I really felt like, okay, I need some food. And when I needed food, another thing I did is I didn't go to soups, I didn't go to heavy meals, I didn't go to the breads, I didn't go to the things that traditional people eat when they're sick. I went to fruit. I ate 100% fruit, and this helped. I ate 100% fruit from Monday through Friday, and that was the thing that kicked it, and I'm 100% better because of it. And it was funny because when I strayed away from it, or if I ate something that was mucus for me, I could feel it coming in, I could feel more mucus coming up, I would cough more. So I was like, no, I need to stay on 100% fruit. This is mucusless. I'm not creating any more mucus in my body. Fruit is amazing. It's healing me. It tastes amazing. So why not? So yeah. Another thing that I did is I brought in the herbs. So I did not take any sort of medication. I did not take any sort of over-the-counter stuff, but I did bring in herbs. So I took oil of oregano. I took this 3 times a day. I dropped it under my tongue. It's typically more something that you use as a preventative measure, but in this case, I actually used it kind of during, because it is an antiviral. So I was like, I want to make sure I kind of kill anything that's going on in my body. I don't want anything else to kind of continue to go on. So I'm going to bring in an antiviral. So oil of oregano worked great. I also took a lot of lung healing herbs and respiratory herbs because I was getting a lot of mucus in here. That was kind of the thing that happened to me. For the first beginning, I felt really bad for about 2 hours. And then kind of like I went through the fever cycle, I felt better, and then I just had that cough. And you know, if you've been sick, you know what that lingering cough is. And so for me, in the past, it's been probably a week to months for me to get rid of this cough. And I was like, all right, I'm going after this cough. So I brought in a lot of respiratory herbs, like mullein. Mullein was one of the key herbs that I brought in. I was doing teas that were for the lungs. I was doing herbs for the lungs. I was taking this 3 times a day. I'm still continuing to take it. I'm going to probably take it for a while to kind of break up any of this and get any residual stuff out of there. So other than that, I rested. So I know when a lot of people are sick, they're just like, oh, I can't be sick right now. I have to do this. I have to do this. And they pump the energy drinks, they pump the coffee, and I didn't do any of that. Believe me, I had stuff to do. I had work to do. I had things to do, but I was like, no, I'm going to park my butt on this couch. I'm going to rest myself because my body wants rest. My mind wants rest. Everything wants rest right now. And that was huge, you guys. So you got to give your body rest. You can't say, oh, this is inconvenient. I don't want to be sick. Like, you built this in your body, you know? Me getting sick in the first time in 4 years, it wasn't something that randomly happened. It was something that I built. And there was a lot of things that kind of led up to it that I feel like maybe in a different video I can go over that, but I created it. So I did it. And this was just a reaction of my body saying, what are you doing? I want these toxins out of my body. And it was purging the toxins out of my body. So some other things I did when I was sick that I wasn't really feeling good that really helped me feel better was I did a castor oil pack over my lungs. So what I did is I took castor oil and I rubbed it all over my chest, and then I took an old t-shirt that was 100% cotton. I put the t-shirt on, made sure I didn't have any hair like in the castor oil so it didn't get oily, and then I put a heating pad over on top of it for about an hour or so, and I laid there with a weighted blanket on top of me so it really kind of got in there. But what that did was it went in and it broke up a lot of mucus that was in my lungs. And so I woke up one night and I was like, every hour on the hour I was waking up and hacking up mucus, and it was really good to get this mucus out of my lungs. So I'm really glad that that happened, but it really worked. So if you guys are kind of like have this lingering mucus and you can't get it out and you want to break it up, instead of taking Mucinex, instead of putting that like Vicks vapor rub all over yourself, try a castor oil pack. A castor oil pack could really help. Another thing that I did is I had a major headache. And so I was like, okay, well, with the headache, I want to try something different. So I tried a lemon water enema, and that actually really helped. And so you want to try to hold it in for about 3 minutes. Could not make the 3 minutes. I did not make the 3 minutes, but it really went in, and it helps. It kind of pulls out anything that's going on in the gut, because the head and the gut are really connected. So when you have a lot of head issues, you want to drain the gut. So when you drain the gut, you drain the head. So think of headaches, you want to kind of focus on the gut. Another thing I did was I did lymphatic self-massages. I have a book called The Book of Lymph, and it really teaches you kind of how to go through series of you're doing this, you're pumping this, you're doing this, you're doing some massages in here. But I did like this 20-step series to get rid of headaches and kind of feel better, and there were some cold ones, and to drain a lot of the mucus kind of in the sinuses, to drain down. And that really helped. So self-massage lymphatic techniques are so powerful that, I mean, you can literally, it's free. You just use your hands. It's so easy. Another thing that I did is I used lavender essential oil to open up my sinuses. So instead of taking any sort of medicine, I put lavender essential oil kind of down here. I used a little bit of carrier oil. So like I used castor oil or whatever oil I had, I think, and I just kind of put a little oil on that, put it below here. I breathed it in and I really opened up my sinuses. I put it on my temples to kind of help with my headaches. It really helped me at night for sleeping a lot too. Something else that I did was I went outside and I did this. I got the vitamin D on my skin because vitamin D is so healing to the body. So I made sure that I was getting outside and I was walking and I was getting vitamin D. Even though I wasn't really feeling that good, I was making sure I was moving that lymphatic system and getting that sun on my skin. So those are things that really helped me. But some of the things that really held me back were 3 things that really helped me back that I'm going to say, if you're sick and you're not feeling good, cut these things out. Number 1 was gluten. I actually, over the weekend, I got sick and then I was not really feeling that good. And over the weekend, I ordered all this like vegan gluten type food. And although it was healthy food, it had wheat or gluten in it. So that held me back. That actually created more mucus. I wasn't feeling good. I started coughing a lot more. Not good. So I would stay away from any sort of like starches or grains or breads or pastas or any kind of that stuff. The heavier stuff, like you want to stay away from. Yeah, the heavier cooked meals. Stay away from the heavier cooked meals. Even if it's gluten or not, if it's a cooked meal, there's no energy in it. Our body wants electrical energy right now to heal and recover. It wants that. It doesn't want this dead cooked food that doesn't have any electrical energy in it. And another thing, spicy food. They always say eat spicy food when you're sick. Do not eat spicy food when you're sick. It kind of actually creates more mucus and it creates more inflammation. It's not something that you want to eat when you're sick. So I did have accidentally some spicy food because there was a soup and I was like, this isn't what I wanted. Like, this is definitely not what I wanted. And that triggered just kind of more. And I am someone that I'm very clean. I've done a lot of deep work on my body. And so I can tell when things are and not good for the body. I can really feel it. And so I really felt those 3 things, like really say, no, do not do these things when you're sick. So next time you guys are sick, fast, drink a lot of citrus juice, and eat 100% fruit. I swear you'll feel so much better in no time. I hope this helped. I hope you got some tips that you can take away, and there is no need for over-the-counter medication. There is so much gratitude that I have for my body for being able to recover and heal itself and do its thing, and I'm so excited. So I hope you guys have a great day. And before I go, actually, I wanted to say one thing. If you guys love these healing tips and a lot of these kind of natural tips of how to heal the body naturally, I just came out with a guide, a resource of 3 easy ways to end your chronic pain forever. So if you're dealing with chronic pain, which I know I've dealt with chronic pain before and it freaking sucks, like if you want some easy tips to get rid of your pain, click the link below in the description and grab your copy of a free guide that'll help you. All right, guys, take care.